We had previously defined the key value driver framework as having three main parts. First, spread. Second, sustainability. And third, growth. We want to give you a better understanding here of the concept of spread, what it means, and how to apply it. So I want to start out with a very simple example. Would you do the following? Let's say you had a line of credit for $10,000 and the bank would let you take a loan against this line of credit for 6%. Somebody comes up to you and says, hey, I get a great investment, makes 4%. Would you invest in that? Which means, would you borrow at 6 to make 4? Probably not. It's pretty obvious that you wouldn't do that. That would be value destruction. Well, the same principle applies for a company. So let me use some terminology here that we would use in the corporate world to illustrate the same principle. The amount of money that the bank gave us, in this case, that investors give a company, is called invested capital or capital employed. It would be the $10,000 in the previous example. The rate of return that we're charged by the bank is called the cost of the capital. That represents the rate of return we have to give on an annualized basis to investors to compensate them for the risk that we're taking. The 4%, which is what we make on the investment, is called the return on invested capital or the return on the capital employed. The difference between the two is called spread. Value is only going to be created when the return on the invested capital is greater than the cost of the capital. Now we can turn spread into a dollar-based framework. That's the concept of economic value added, or EVA. This is what the consulting firm Stern Stewart did, and this is a concept that is pretty simple. What they did is they said, using the previous example, let's say we borrowed $10,000 at 6%. That means we would have $600 of finance charge, or what they call capital charge. Let's say we invested $10,000 at 4%. That means we have $400 of profit. $400 of profit minus $600 of capital charge is $200 of negative economic value added, or EVA. Now, the rest of the world calls this economic profit, but it's basically a principle that says during a period of time, are we creating or destroying value in a dollar-based framework?